Welcome back to the Open Wheel Offline League Season 4. We are here at Motorland, Aragon for race number 4 in this season. Qualifying Group A, Round 1 about to begin. Drivers on the left side, Connor Zilic, Louis Foster, last race winner, Chet Jordan, Yuki Tsunoda, Benjamin Peterson, Gail Barnhart, Lindsey Brewer, Stingray Robb, Ethan Martz, Globler Lore, Dorian Pin, and Catherine Legg. Those are all the drivers that you are going to see as let's get set to go. First car out on track right now, the 47 of Lindsey Brewer. Has not had a good start to the season so far. And would desperately like some luck on her side. Currently sits 22nd in points with a best finish of 15th at Texas. As a lot of cars just came out at the same time. Stingray Robb, Gail Barnhart, Connor Zilic, and Benjamin Peterson. All kind of in one clump. Then there's Catherine Legg with Dorian Pin right behind her. That could be interesting. So since this is a bigger track, I don't think you're going to see many laps. I think everyone's only going to get about 2. They may be able to get a third one in, but I'd say that's unlikely. I think this track is a little bit larger than Suzuka. A lot of technical sections. Lindsey Brewer is going to be the first car to attempt set a time. Going to be pink in the first sector. We're going to have to see how this holds up. Stingray Robb going to be the next one. Not as fast. I do believe Connor Zilic may have the purple sector right now. As Lindsey Brewer now going down the backstretch. Very long straightaway. Going to be a big passing opportunity in the race. Stingray Robb has the purple in the second sector. Has not advanced out of round 1 so far this season. Would love to today. Lindsey Brewer, first one to the line. A 128.6. As the time to beat. Now you're going to see the draft really starting to come in handy down the straightaway with these cars. Stingray Robb, Gail Barnhart, Connor Zilic is going to be right on Gail Barnhart. Going to be getting the dirty air, but a little bit of a slipstream. Stingray Robb going to go P1, Barnhart third, Connor Zilic P1 by about 8 tenths. Benjamin Peterson only 5th. As Dorian Pin currently side by side with Catherine Legg. This is not good for either of them. And this is going to be starting a second lap. Pin second, Legg fourth. Oh, stop racing side by side. You're only hurting each other. As Ethan Mart's going to be next to come around. Last race winner, Connor Zilic, or sorry, Louis Foster. Purple in the second sector. Zilich has the time to beat. To advance, you need a 128.65. Gail Barnhart on the cutoff. Lindsey Brewer not going faster on her second lap as Ethan Martz to the line. That's not good enough. Louis Foster, P2, just a little bit off Connor Zilich. Lindsey Brewer not going faster on the second lap. Yeah, no improvement. Currently 6th on the cutoff. Yuki Tsunoda only goes P8 as battling. Oh, this is going to hurt all of them. All of them are going to be hurting each other. Connor Zilich looks pretty safely in, but Stingray Robb, Gail Barnhart, especially Gail Barnhart, needs to go faster. Barnhart does go faster, actually. He's going to go P3 somehow with that side-by-side. Peterson, he's going to go 9th, but Glub is going to get a big draft and go P3 as Pin. She's going to be next to come around. That side-by-side with Catherine Legg definitely going to hurt. As Dorian Pin only P5, Catherine Legg currently in 7th. Chet Jordan, only car not set a lap so far. 128.459 mark to beat set by Stingray Robb. Let's see if he has anything. Ethan Martz going faster, Foster not going faster, and that's only P11 for Chet Jordan. Ethan Martz, currently P12, needs to go faster by a good amount. He's going to need to find about 3.5 seconds. And he finds a little bit, but that's still not what he needs to find. Lindsey Brewer not going faster. Is she coming in this time? Yes, so it seems like you're only going to be getting 2 laps out of it. Yuki Tsunoda, it's better. Is it good enough? It's P6. That's going to bump Stingray Robb out. Gail Barnhart battling with these guys. I don't think any of them are getting another lap. Zilich in, Barnhart in, Stingray Robb out. That is quite a shock. Dorian Pin close to the cutoff, not where she wants to be. Peterson luckily in. Glubler not going to go faster, but that is a very good performance from him. P3. I think Chet Jordan is really going to be the car to watch. I don't think anyone's on an out lap right now, so I think after Jordan, we may be done. Oh, he's going faster in his first 2, but not in his third. Is it good enough? No, he's going to stay P11, which unless he gets another lap, that is a disappointing performance for someone who's finished in the top 5 the last 2 races. Man, oh man. Louis Foster not P1, not exactly where he'd like to show his muscle, but Swindlers of the Immortals, they know how to get it done. Dorian Pin a little close for comfort. Luckily, kind of has an excuse. Glubler, very good performance. Big shout out to him. Stingray Robb currently on an outlap. I don't think he's going to get to the line in time. He has 1 minute to do so. And he really needs another lap because he's only out by 1/10. Yeah, Glubler is in, but I would say he is safely on to the next round. Chet Jordan. This is a disappointment. Especially showing the race pace that he has shown. Maybe he can find some when it comes to the race, but it's also not very good when your teammate is P4 on the timing tower. Stingray Robb, will he get to the line in time? Only 13 seconds. I think it's going to be close, but I think he's going to get there. So Stingray Robb going to have 1 more lap in it. Oh, but he has slow cars in front of him. Yeah, I think this one may be cooked. Benjamin Peterson and Ethan Martz just up the road. He's going to need to catch them on the straightaway. And either way, his first sector not good enough. Now he's definitely not going to go fast enough. So, checkered flag. Did anyone else get to the line in time? No. So that is it. Stingray Rob, last car to get there as our overlay lagging a good bit. Stingray Rob will watch to the end of his lap, but I think it's pretty safe to say he'll start the race from P13. Not exactly what he wanted, but I think there was good pace in it. And he really needs a good race result because it's been a pretty brutal start to the season, much like Lindsey Brewer. Best start of 15, best finish of 15th at Sandown, second race of the season. He's going to come across the line now. So officially, those are the final results. So we can say safely that your car's advancing will be Connor Zilic, Louis Foster, Globler Lore with a very good effort, Gail Barnhart also with a very good effort, especially in traffic. That one I'm surprised. Dorian Pin will not survive by much. Just barely squeezes through, and then Yuki Sonoda will push through, and then eliminated. Stingray Rob, he'll start 13th. Starting 15th will be the 07 of Catherine Legg, her worst start this season. 17th will be the 47 of Lindsey Brewer. 19th will be the 29 of Benjamin Peterson. That's got to be a disappointment considering he made the Fast 6 last time. Definitely a disappointment for Chet Jordan starting 21st. Then Ethan Mart's going to be on the back row once again in 23rd. So that is it from round 1. And in just a moment we'll get set, or sorry, that is it for round 1 Group A. In just a moment we'll get ready to go for Group B. We get set to go for round 1 Group B. Let's take a look at your drivers. You've got 12 miles row, Callum Ilott, David Malukas, Robbie Lohr, Marcus Armstrong, championship leader Shane Van Gisbergen, Mahavir Raghunathan, Ryan Preece, Jacob Abel, Alessio Deletta, Guy Gagne, and Brennan Hubbard. That is the 12 that will compete in this group, as we already have a car going out, is the 12 of Miles Rowe. Let's just go on board to see a lap of Motorland Aragon. Quite twisty, a lot of technical sections, a lot of elevation change, many blind corners, heavy braking zones. Miles Rowe's teammate Yuki Tsunoda advances to round 2. Miles Rowe has not advanced to round 2. But Miles Rowe, 2 top 10s this season, a 5th at Texas, a 6th last time out at Suzuka. Worst result, 14th at Sandown. He currently sits 9th in points, with Yuki Tsunoda just a little bit up the road in 7th. So good start for Eventide Racing. They're currently ranked P5 in the team standings. Would like for that to be a little bit better, but as a 2-car team, that's not that bad. Now you see the ascent onto the straightaway. He's going to have clean track for his first flying lap, while some guys may not, as Shane Van Gisbergen is deep in traffic with Callum Ilott and David Malukas. I would say that Group B is definitely more stacked. Not to discredit the guys in Group A, but Group B definitely has some strength. Miles Rowe currently pink in the first 2 sectors, albeit with not much competition so far. But it's a double pink. Guy Gagné, however, will strip that from him. Robbie now with the purple sector in sector 1. Disappointing round 1 exit led to a poor race result. Granted, it was more of strategy. He actually could have done it on pace. Miles Rowe currently being outpaced by Guy Gagné all throughout the lap right now, 129.7. So definitely needs to find more pace in it. Guy Gagné is being outpaced by Robbie, who just had his purple sector taken away. Shane Van Gisbergen has jumped Callum Ilott in the order. A lot of things a-brewing. Let's see Guy Gagné through the final few turns, now up the hill. And at the line, it's going to be about a second faster. That is a very good lap. Robbie's going to follow. All 3 Team Eggs cars are in this group. First time a 3-car team this season has had all cars in one, just a little bit faster. Marcus Armstrong now. See what he has. And it's not good enough. Mahavir Raghunathan will only go P5. David Malukas, he's got a clump of cars. Shane Van Gisbergen with a double purple. And then Callum Ilott has the other. So these 3 all looking quite fast. And then Ryan Preece right behind. This could shake up the order here. And they go 1, 2, 3 with Preece in 6th. That is a very good cluster of cars. Van Gisbergen up on by 2 tenths on Callum Ilott. And then 1 second up on David Malukas. Miles Rowe, he's got to go faster, but doesn't. Guy Gagné. That is not Guy Gagné right behind Miles Rowe. I believe that is Brennan Hubbard. Guy Gagné not going faster. Jacob Abel, he hasn't gotten out of round 1 so far on road course qualifying. So he desperately would like to, because without the qualifying mishaps, he'd be in a really good spot in points. Currently sits P10. all 3 races with a top 10 finish. Although it doesn't reflect much right now, as the season goes on, 3 top 10 finishes will do well. P5, so far he's currently in. Seems like the second lap is not as good for a lot of these drivers. It really seems like everyone's only got 1 in the tank. Malukas is going faster, at least in his first 2 sectors. Armstrong not. He's currently out. He's going to need some help. Raghunathan not going to go faster. Malukas may. He's going faster in his first 2 sectors. Eilot and Van Gisbergen aren't. Eilot somehow jumped Van Gisbergen. Malukas will not go faster, but looks to be in a good spot. Priest will not go faster. Alessio Deletta, what does he have? P8, that's not going to be enough. Brendan Hubbard, oh, he's trying to battle Miles Rowe. This is a bad decision. 2 top 10 finishes in the last 2 races. Currently sits 6th in the championship as a rookie. But qualifying right now is not where it needs to be. P12. Again, he got stuck battling Raghunathan. But right now, Ryan Priest out by 16 thousandths. As Jacob Abel is going faster, Team Eggs currently has 2 out of their 3 into round 2, with Ryan Priest being the 1 car out by just 16 thousandths, and I don't think he's getting another lap. That may be a tough pill to swallow for Priest. Jacob Abel, he's going to come across the line. Just barely will not go faster. Raghunathan, I think he's going to be coming in this time. Again, not exactly what he wanted. He's basically just trying to hang on to another, by avoiding another last place start. So far he has, out of the 3 qualifyings this season, he has 2 last place starts, with David Malukas being the other, but clearly Malukas is not going to be last this time. P3 on the tower. It's really down to Alessio Deletta, who's kind of going faster, maybe, but no, that lap doesn't look like it's going to be enough. Just 1/10 off his last one, so he's going to be P8 currently. So it seems like all Banshees of Lil Miami may be eliminated this first round. As B-Hub, he's going to go faster, but he's still out by considerable margin. Really needs some more pace. So far, 2 cars on an outlap. Rowe, I don't think Rowe's going to get another. Guy Gagné may be close. Right now, this group, not as many surprises. I'd say the one surprise is Priest out, but then when you look at the list, it's kind of not that big of a stretch. Will Gagne get there? He's got about 20 seconds. I don't think he's gonna make it to the line in time. It'd be impressive if he does. I'll just say that. And yeah, checkered flag will be out. So, Shane Van Gisbergen gonna top the session up by 2.5 tenths. So that is kind of a beatdown. He's trying to go for 3 poles in a row. Callum Eilot, P2. David Malukas, much better than Suzuka, will be P3. Robbie, P4. Also pretty good. Finally, Jacob Abel gets out of round 1. But it's going to be at the cost of his teammate Ryan Priest, as Guy Gagné will get the final spot. And then eliminated from this round, Ryan Priest, he's going to start down in 14th, which is going to be his worst start this season. And then Alessio Deletta will be 16th. 18th will be Marcus Armstrong. So Gail Barnhart going to be the only one to advance out of that team. 20th is going to be Brendan Hubbard. 22nd, Miles Rowe. And then rounding out the field for the 3rd time this season will be the 54 of Mahavir Raghunathan. So that is it for round 1. Coming up next, round 2. We're going to see who's going to advance from there. On to round two now. Taking a look at the drivers that made it. Connor Zilich, Louis Foster, Callum Ilott, David Malukas, Yuki Tsunoda, Robbie Lohr, Gail Barnhart, Shane Van Gisbergen, Jacob Abel, Guy Gagne, Globler Lohr, and Dorian Pin. So once again, all 12 Swindlers cars survive. Or sorry, all three. They only have 12 cars. Um, Only two Team Eggs cars survived. They're all in the same group. Could not make it. Gail Barnhart, he was in traffic last time. He's going out first this time to try to skip it all. He's riding this cockpit just a little bit. Really get a feel for this undulation. I also have noticed on the track map that for some reason the dot is just a little bit of ahead where he actually is. See that? It's not where he should be. Barnhart, the only survivor out of Silly Men Racing. Nobody else made it. So looking through the rest of the grid right now, row 7 is Stingray Robb and Ryan Priest. Row 8, Catherine Legg and Alessio Deletta. Row 9, Lindsey Brewer and Marcus Armstrong. Row 10, Benjamin Peterson and Brennan Hubbard. Row 11, Chet Jordan and Miles Rowe. And then rounding out the field, the pair of Skibbity Sigma Racing teammates, Ethan Martz and Mahavir Raghunathan. So Gail Barnhart, first time he's made it to round 2 this season. Already going to be his best qualifying effort. Can he get a clean, unimpeded lap? Looks like he's going to be unimpeded. Next car behind him will be Connor Zilich of Viking Racing. Yuki Tsunoda gonna come out right in front of Shane Van Gisbergen, and that could be a problem for him. But it's all clean for Barnhart right now. A lot of cars, a lot more evenly spaced than they were last time. Everyone having better manners, it seems. Callum Ilott, we're going to have to see what he has in Sector 1. First car that's really going to compete against cars that have gone. And Callum Ilott faster in Sector 1. Robbie Lore, the only car that hasn't gone yet, and he'll go now. So everyone a lot more spread out than they have before, besides Van Gisbergen and Tsunoda. As a 1:30.0, that is not a good first lap for Gale Barnhart. He's going to need more speed out of it, but that first lap is typically the best one, so he may be in a little bit of trouble. Ilott, faster in both sectors. He's trying to make it 2 back-to-back fast 6 appearances. Wasn't able to really defend it at Suzuka. Ended up on the wrong strategy. Came home 16th and is way down in points. Single car operation for 18 aggressive Bs. Ilott going to come up the hill. And at the line, it's going to be a 128.6. As Jacob Abel trying to make his first Fast 6 appearance. Up the hill. It's not going to be as good, but as of now, that's going to put him P2. As David Malukas now is up next. And he's going to go right ahead of Jacob Abel. Glubler is trying to make his first Fast 6 appearance this season. Not able to do it, P4. Gale Barnhart going to be next. Is Van Gisbergen. 2 pinks. Everyone is in trouble as he got by Tsunoda. He's trying to make it 3 poles in a row. Swindlers of the Immortals just trying to go 1, 2, 3 times in a row. Barnhart going to jump up to 4th, but is that going to be enough? I don't think it will be. Connor Zilic now at the line. And that's just going to be 18,000 slower than Ilott. So the top 2 really close together. Shane Van Gisbergen now. He's going to go P1 by 8/10. That is a beatdown. Tsunoda now going to come across the line. He's only going to be P8. Dorian Pin going to go P4. Solid so far. As Guy Gagné is up next. Let's see what he has. Jacob Abel has a pink in the second sector. Guy Gagné only 7th. Made Fast 6 last time. Can it be a repeat? Ilott goes faster but not fast enough. Jacob Abel, pink in the second sector, yellow in the third. Is it enough? It's P2. A very good qualifying performance so far out of Jacob Abel. The rookie driver, he's going to go P2. David Malukas on the cut line in 6th. He's going to need to find more speed out of it. As Guy Gagné, Glubler gives Louis Foster a draft, and he's going to tie his teammate. Technically P1 just ahead of Van Gisbergen, but both have a 127. Actually, Foster has it by 1,000th. As Robbie is currently P12, seems to be lacking pace. He's going to need to find more out of it if he wishes to advance. Connor Zilic now on his second lap. He's going to go P4. Van Gisbergen not going faster. Yeah, he's not going to go faster this time, off by about a second. Tsunoda, he's trying to push it, but it is not good enough. Dorian Pin currently on the cut line. She's going to go P3 and make it 1, 2, 3 for the Swindlers as Malukas is out by 6/10. He's going to need to find more pace out of it. Gagné, he's going to go faster, but not fast enough. Ilott is in. Jacob Abel, you got to feel happy for this guy. Has had trouble in qualifying all throughout the season so far, but He's got it this time. As I think Foster was holding back, I think he could have had more if Glubler was just a little bit up the road. Glubler not going faster, and he's going to come in this time. As Robbie, we're going to have to see what he can do. He's going to have the 25 car right in front of him. Is this going to be a factor? Is he getting a slipstream? Up the hill, I don't think it's good enough. Gonna go P10 just a little bit faster than his brother, but not fast enough to advance Barnhart on an outlap. I think he's gonna get back to the line in time, but is that enough? I think a lot of the cars on track right now have pretty much done all they can do. Barnhart, this is his best qualifying effort of the season so far, but right now he's gonna need to find over a second. Yeah, that's going to be a pretty hard margin to beat, especially with a hot engine. And if he gets any traffic, he could be in trouble. Abel just up the road. Robbie, he's going faster, but I don't think he has enough to make it back to the line. I think he's going to be coming in this time. Shows he had more pace in it. Barnhart, does he have anything for the guys at the front? First sector yellow, that's not good enough. Robbie did in fact come in, so P10 is all he's got. Barnhart, does he have anything in the second sector? No. I think it's safe to say that we know who the Fast Six will be. And just, I'm really impressed by Jacob Abel. That's gotta feel good. Especially since his race results have been really good, so to start up there, that is gonna be massive for the team. The only driver at risk right now being Callum Ilott, but I think he will make it. Because Barnhart not showing enough. Through the final turn, and yeah, it's not close enough to where he needs to be. So advancing on to the Fast Six, once again, it is all three Swindlers cars, with Louis Foster going 1,000th faster than Shane Van Gisbergen. Will be P2 in this session. Dorian Pin looked like she was in trouble, but makes it up to P3 and will safely advance. Jacob Abel, we just talked about him, first Fast Six appearance in his OWOL career, will be P4. Connor Zilich didn't make it last time, but he'll make it this time. And then Callum Ilott with back-to-back Fast Six appearances. And then those eliminated, going to be David Malukas in 7th, not quite what he wanted, need a lot more speed out of it. Guy Gagné will start P8. Gail Barnhart, best qualifying effort of his season, in P9. Robbie, not quite what he wanted, but definitely a step up from Suzuka. He will qualify in P10, and his brother will follow right behind in P11. And then Yuki Tsunoda will start in 12th. That is it for round 2. Up next is the Fast Six, and we'll see who gets pole. And can anyone beat the Swindlers of the Immortals? Okay, that was interesting from the overlays, but 8 minutes to decide pole between these six drivers: Connor Zilic, Louis Foster, Callum Eilert, Shane Van Gisbergen, Jacob Abel, and Dorian Pin. One rookie, sorry, two rookies, as Dorian Pin is already out there and looks ready. She's been P3, row 2, the third wheel on her team. Surely she doesn't want to play third fiddle anymore. Currently sitting 16th in points with 2 DNFs, and then a 5th place result at Suzuka with the fastest lap. She definitely has more out of it, I believe. But can she take the fight to her teammates? I think Foster and Van Gisbergen have been very fast, but Dorian Pin has shown that she can fight with them, and so can Connor Zilic. We saw glimpses of it at Sandown. Not as quick at Suzuka, but he's got pace. And then Jacob Abel in his first Fast 6 appearance. Can he impress? Louis Foster, not quite third fiddle like Dorian Pin, but he has been playing second fiddle. But faster last round. Callum Eilert. Been a while since he sat on pole, but unfortunately his biggest rival would be Shane Van Gisbergen, just like the old days of 2023 in the Open Wheel Offline League Season 1. And then Van Gisbergen has basically been recrowned as the pole god in the Open Wheel Offline League. Trying to make it 3 in a row, 4 in a row front row starts. Dorian Pin, fastest first sector. Already on it. Everyone's given pretty decent space. I think the two cars that could be a little bit of an issue. I think Dorian Pin and Van Gisbergen should be okay. Eilert and Foster I think will be okay. Yeah, I think everyone's given ample space. Dorian Pin fastest so far in the first two sectors. Obviously no competition. We'll have to see what Zilic has. Faster in the first sector, so right now he is on it. Someone stole Pin's third sector. Wasn't on a flyer yet. So Dorian Pin coming to the line now to show what needs to be beaten. For some reason the times aren't quite right. 129.5, but Zilic is going faster, but has a pink sector taken away by Louis Foster. Can he hang on? Second sector looks good. Jacob Abel not as fast, as someone has stolen Foster's pink sector. It's got to be either Eilert, but most likely it's Van Gisbergen. We're going to have to wait and see as Foster steals that second sector. Oh man. Can Zilic make it around at the line? Let's see where he is compared to Pin. It's faster by half a second. Jacob Abel now, next car up. Let's see what he has up the hill to the start-finish line. First Fast 6 appearance, only P3, as Foster's going to go P1. But look at Van Gisbergen. 3 pinks, is that able to be beaten? Eilert goes P3, faster than Pin. Van Gisbergen P1 by over a second. Are you kidding me? 127.6, time to beat. Dorian Pin will go P2, but still 8 tenths off, and I don't think you're getting a third lap, so Pin not going to have it. Zilic not faster in that first sector, faster in that second, but Swindlers of the Immortals, 1, 2, 3, just a slightly different order right now. Can they be beaten? Zilich trying to throw whatever he can at it. Would love to break up this party, and so far he seemed like the best car to be able to. But can he get it done? On to the start finish straight. He's faster, but not fast enough to improve. P4 is all he's got. Jacob Abel. He's going faster, and he's giving a little bit of a slipstream to Louis Foster. Will that be enough? Foster has a yellow in the second sector, so I don't know if it's quite possible, and we don't know what Van Gisbergen has. Foster's going to go P2. Callum Ilott, and he's going to stay P5. Van Gisbergen not going faster, but I think he may have it. 3 in a row with the exact same top 3 as Pin is in. I think Van Gisbergen, I think he's got it. Once again, just absolutely dominant performance by Swindlers of the Immortals, and nobody has a response for it. Expanded to 3 cars this season. Hired back Van Gisbergen after a part-time season 2 and wasn't back at all in season 3. But he just has something that the other drivers just don't quite have. It's absolutely incredible. 7 tenths up on Louis Foster. Clearly, he was restraining himself last time out, as I think Abel has... No, so I guess just Foster got by him, but... Man. I don't have anything to say. It's just absolutely incredible. So, let's take a look at your starting grid. The row 1, once again, for the 3rd straight race, Shane Van Gisbergen will lead Louis Foster. And then row 2, Dorian Pin, gonna follow just behind. This time got Connor Zilich alongside her once again. Row 3, it's gonna be Callum Ilott with another good start. And then Jacob Abel with his best start so far. Row 4, better than Suzuka, David Malukas qualifies alongside Guy Gagne. And then row 5, best start for Gail Barnhart, and he's going to have Robbie right alongside him. Row 6, it's going to be Glubler Lore with Yuki Tsunoda to his outside. And then row 7 is going to be Stingray Robb, followed by Ryan Preece with his worst qualifying performance so far this season. The only person that's been able to out-qualify Van Gisbergen. Then in row 8, you've got the 07 of Catherine Legg, her worst qualifying result. And Alessio Deletta, best qualifier out of Banshees of Little Miami. And then row 9 is going to be Lindsey Brewer and Marcus Armstrong. Row 10 is going to be Benjamin Peterson, who will line up alongside B-Hub Brendan Hubbard. And then row 11 will be Chet Jordan alongside Miles Rowe. Not quite where Jordan wanted to be, so we're going to have to see if his strategy work can benefit him, but that's going to be a pretty rough start. And then row 12, rounding out the grid, it's the Skibbity Sigma Racing teammates of Ethan Martz and Mahavir Raghunathan once again having difficulty in qualifying. So that is it here from Aragon for qualifying. Tomorrow will be the race, and I think it's going to be a quite exciting one. The strategy in these road course races has been quite interesting to see. And I hope to see you guys here for a second Spanish Grand Prix. So hopefully I'll see you all tomorrow night.